This is going to be a completely spoiler-free review of Spider-Man No Way Home, so I won't be saying anything about the plot. I just wanted to give my impressions on generic things that I liked and did not like about it. If I had to sum up my thoughts in one sentence, it would be Spider-Man No Way Home is a collection of several fantastic moments wrapped up in a very mediocre film. There were moments where I wanted to do a Tiger Woods air fist bump, and then there were other moments where I was rolling my eyes and saying to myself, why is this happening? Please make it stop. I'm going to start my review with things that I did not like about No Way Home, and then I'm going to move on to things that I liked. First, I did not like the dialogue and the humor. Nearly every line of dialogue is someone trying to make a snarky joke or comment, and very little of the humor is actually funny. My theater was dead silent for most of this movie's attempts at comedy. This was a big problem with Spider-Man Homecoming, which I did not like, but I really enjoyed Spider-Man Far From Home because I felt the humor was reined in a little bit and it appealed a little bit more to an adult audience and didn't feel so Disney Channel. No Way Home does that thing that I cannot stand in movies. That type of humor and dialogue where several people start talking among themselves about stupid things that are off the subject, and they all start talking over each other while one character stares at them awkwardly in confusion. I despise this sort of dialogue and attempt at humor, and unfortunately it is pretty pervasive in No Way Home. Hollywood, please, for the love of all that is holy, stop doing that. Stop having your actors improvise the dialogue, interrupting each other and dragging jokes out longer than they should be. So many long-winded, supposedly humorous interactions in No Way Home could have been reduced to 3 or 4 lines of dialogue, and it would have been funnier and it would have cut the runtime down a half hour. The second thing that I didn't like were the plot contrivances. There were a lot of happy little coincidences that occur that felt very lazy, and it cheapened the potential for a cool storyline. There were a lot of times in this movie where I just kept thinking, is this character even capable of doing that? Third, there was a problem with overacting in No Way Home. Certain characters began to feel like caricatures of themselves, and I was thinking, I don't remember this character acting like this in the previous movies. Some of the special effects bugged me too. Certain CG characters are hidden in the shadows the whole time, and they have janky movements, and I don't know, a lot of it in places felt like something that was made 10 years ago. Now, what did I like about No Way Home? Like I said before, there were several moments where I wanted to stand up and do a Tiger Woods air fist bump. Unfortunately, these moments were few and far between, so this isn't a movie I'm excited to see all the way through again. Although no doubt about it, I will be seeing this movie again. But I'm much more interested in waiting for scenes to come out on the Movie Clips YouTube channel, rather than having to sit through the entire 2.5 hours. The second thing I liked is that there were some genuinely emotional moments where it gets real very fast. And I'm not necessarily talking about sad emotional moments, but there was one scene in particular where I almost teared up with tears of joy, because this particular scene was just a brilliant, well thought out character arc that I was not expecting. Some of the fight choreography was pretty entertaining as well. It wasn't as good as the fight choreography in Far From Home, but it definitely exceeded Spider-Man Homecoming. One thing I will say is that there are several MCU movies that I did not enjoy the first time, but on second viewing I liked them a lot more. For example, I did not like Thor Ragnarok, and I did not like Avengers Infinity War the first time I saw them. But on second viewing, I was able to focus less on the flaws and I liked them a lot more. So it's entirely possible that I may enjoy No Way Home a lot more on the second viewing. If you're a Spider-Man fan, I definitely recommend seeing No Way Home in theaters if you want to see some really great stuff and you have the patience to sit through a lot of mediocre humor. I don't want to say it's a complete letdown because I was glad I saw it and I was glad that I was able to see certain things, but this movie could have been a lot better. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know if you disagree in the comments and I will see you next time.